Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 19th. We're just going to jump right in here, Sag. You have this first card that says uncertainty and another card that says miracles on it. So I kind of feel like if you have been uncertain that there's a miracle coming in for you. It's like you've been praying for a miracle. You know, Four of Swords, he has a stained glass window right here. And in that stained glass window, there's a person blessing another person. And so it's like you've been hoping or praying for a miracle, or hoping or praying for some blessings in your life, or that something will be victorious. You have the Chariot right here. So I feel like you've been hoping for, victory. It looks pretty good. You have the Four of Swords, Sun in the Chariot. And, the Chariot is a card of willpower. It's kind of like, I can already tell that this needs to be pushed up a little bit, so let's do it. But the Chariot is about, like, hard control. It's a card of, like, really taking control of, something in your life. And, I don't want to say, like, something needs more effort, but, I feel like something just needs a little bit, something extra. It needs like a little bit more. I feel like I said this to you in like one of your last readings. Again, I'm not saying that you're not putting effort into, this is popping into my head as like work, business, career, something like that. Whatever it is you do to make money, it's like you're very, very close. But at the same time, it's almost as if you need to like just put in just like the tiniest bit more effort, into something. I don't know. It's just like popping into my head. And you have the Four of Swords, which is a card of recovery. It's like this year I've really been focusing on like getting healthy, losing weight, all this other stuff. And it's like I was like stuck for a couple months, like where I was just staying like the same amount of weight basically. And I like removed one thing from my diet and started losing weight again. And it's like super weird how you can, just like one little change can make a big difference. And again, I'm not suggesting you need to lose weight here, Sagittarius. I'm just giving you an example. And, I feel like there's something where just like one little change will have like a big impact on what it is that you do. You get what I'm saying here? It's like, even with this channel, like I noticed a huge, like when I was growing this channel, well, it's still growing, but when I really blew this channel up, it's like I noticed a difference in the time, like how long videos are and how much like even just a minute added can make a difference in a video and like how well it does and things like that. So it's like you never know. It's like there's something here in this reading where it's like I do feel like there's a miracle coming in for you. I feel like you are going to be very happy. You have the Sun. So something's going to make you very happy as well. But I feel like it's just like one little change that needs to be made. I would also like move towards your inspiration. I think it was Aries had something very similar to this here, Sagittarius, where you could be getting some inspirations or having some inspirational ideas. And I feel like this is saying like you need to pay attention to those inspirational ideas because they're leading you in the right direction. You have the Chariot as well. And the Chariot is a victory, but it is a change. He is leaving this city behind him and so he's making himself more unique. He's, the story of the Chariot rider is that he's leaving the city so that he can find a place where he can set himself apart. And so if you have a business or in your career, it's like if you're like everybody else, you're not going to stand out. But if you have some unique inspirational ideas or some ideas that could lead to change, then same thing. Same thing in love as well. It's like I think people don't think about this in love. It's like everybody is the same. I don't know if you've been running around out here on these streets, right? But it's like crazy to be dating right now. You'd have to be insane. And but what I would say is like everybody you meet is exactly the same. So what do you think would happen if you were different? You'll probably meet someone who is different, right? Who is not like all the other, bozo eggheads that are out here. So, again, I think that it's something that's worth a shot, like setting yourself apart, being unique, work, business, love, pretty much every single area of your life, like whatever it is that you want to do, right? With the Four of Swords, you have the Temperance card. Yes, something has to change. Something has to transform. It's also your energy, so you're showing up in a very strong position here. With the Sun, you have the Death card. You have the Death card twice in your reading. You have it right here and right here. So again, something has to change. This is a very simple reading. I mean, I literally feel that it's just saying like anything you want to see grow or be successful, it just needs to go through a transformation. You just have to think like, how can I make this much more unique. For most of you, I feel like this has to do with money. For whatever reason, I'm super focused on this Three of Pentacles right here. And you do have the King of Pentacles, but, really, this is like the only financial card other than the King of Pentacles that you have in the reading so far. But, again, I read intuitively, and intuitively, I feel like this reading is really talking about your finances and improving your finances. And again, I think making yourself unique or doing something that makes you stand out is going to be the thing that makes you very successful. With the Chariot, you have the Nine of Swords. Yeah, there's something you have to escape, right? I actually don't feel too bad about this. I don't think it's great either. I'm not like trying to sugarcoat this Nine of Swords, but what I would say is that I do feel like your story has to change. I mean, everybody's been getting stuff like this. Nine of Swords is, kind of a never-ending nightmare. It's a cycle. It's repeating a cycle. And so the only way we can end a cycle is to tell a different story. And, that's what I feel like you're doing here, or that's what you should be doing. Next, in the area of what you need to hear right now, you have this Pig spirit. It says, use your mind wisely. You also have this Wolf spirit that says, turn your knowledge into wisdom. So I feel like you have a lot of knowledge, a lot of things that you have learned. And to turn knowledge into wisdom, we have to put it into practice. I always say that, kind of like the difference between knowledge and wisdom is like you can learn a foreign language, all you want, for example, right? But until you actually go put it into practice, there are things that you cannot learn. Like especially if you travel to other countries where they speak a certain language, like let's say Spanish. It's like there are certain things that they say in Peru, for example, that they don't say in Mexico, right? There are little subtleties, there are little slang words and things like that, but you can't learn that until you actually take the knowledge and turn it into wisdom by putting it into practice. So that's the difference between knowledge and wisdom. And again, I feel like there's something here that you've been learning that you need to put into practice, because that's how you learn like the little extra stuff. You have the King of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, and the Ten of Wands here. I almost feel like you're, I wouldn't say you're working on the wrong things, but I just feel like there are more right things that you could be working on, especially for those of you that are trying to increase your finances. It's not that you're doing the wrong things. I just think that your efforts could be better served, with some other things. I don't know how to say what I'm trying to say here, but, again, I feel like your efforts could be better used on, like paying attention to what works and doubling down on what works, or, something along those lines. I do feel that you are getting to the end of a long journey. Again, he has planted those 10 wands, and he's about to have a harvest. His home is right here. So he is burdened, but I personally read the Ten of Wands as a good card. I know a lot of people say it's a bad card. It can represent burdens, but if you want to be super successful, you are going to experience burdens. It's just part of life, and, he's about to have a harvest. So I feel like that you are about to have a harvest. And you have the Eight of Cups, which is like walking away from things that no longer serve you. So, there could be things that you need to remove from your life, or that you are removing from your life that, prevent you from being successful, or maybe they just take up too much time, or, whatever. It could be a bozo egghead, like I just said earlier. Could be a combination of those things, and, you could be getting rid of things. You have the King of Pentacles, long-term security. Everybody's focused on this right now. I mean, we have a lot of energy in Taurus, Jupiter, Uranus, and mostly those two being, the biggest and most helpful, I would say. And, I also think that Uranus and Taurus has a major focus on freedom. And so pretty much every single person alive is going to be more focused on freedom, or creating more freedom in their life, or, doing things that make them feel more free. Like all that stuff is kind of like popping up here. So, that's what I would focus on with that King of Pentacles. Let's see here, Sagittarius. With the King of Pentacles, you have the High Priestess. Definitely need to trust your intuition. I also feel that you need to dig into mystery. It's like you have to, the High Priestess, she's very mysterious, has secrets. But sometimes I think with the High Priestess that anything that's mysterious to us, we just need to learn about it. And even going across here, you have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords, like a detective, he really looks into things that he's interested in, or that he needs to learn or know more about. He really does his research. With the Eight of Cups, you have the Eight of Swords. Yeah, anything keeping you stuck, I would definitely, this always gives me like devil vibes, the Eight of Swords and the Eight of Cups together. It's not like super accurate tarot, but again, it kind of, gives me those vibes. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Queen of Cups here. Queen of Cups is a card of, following your heart, really. She really kind of values what her feelings tell her, what her heart tells her to do. And, going this way, I feel like you need to maybe be more heart-based, or like, what is your heart telling you to do? It's like, I'll tell you this. I've had a lot of moments over the past, month or so where it's like things that I believe to be true have been pointed out to me as like not being always true. Like, for example, I've been learning a lot more about YouTube and things like that. I'm always learning about it, but like I've joined some courses and stuff like that to learn even more about it. And it's like, one thing is that there are a bunch of successful channels that have like 2-hour long videos, which is like unheard of on YouTube. So it's like, it's like an unwritten rule that your video should be like 12 to 20 minutes long on YouTube, right, to be successful. But there are a bunch of people who, again, have like 2-hour long videos that break the rule. And, I'm not telling this because of YouTube. I'm telling you this because, again, going this way, there might be some things that you feel like doing. But again, maybe there's, some sort of rule that exists and you need to break the rule. It's not really a rule, but I would look into those things. There might be some, contradictions. Let's put it that way, right? Where, you could be the contradiction, but maybe it's a good thing. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this card that says, "Don't fear a blank canvas. Use it to turn your life into a masterpiece." I love it. Like you're turning your life into a masterpiece here. You have this card that says, "Explore the possibilities." You end with the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is a card of unlimited possibility, and it's also a card of having a lot of ideas or being spoiled for choice. It is showing up in the good stuff, again, this last row. So, I feel like this is going to be a good thing. And again, I really feel you could be turning your life into a masterpiece. You have the Death card, the Three of Pentacles, and the Emperor here. Again, I get a very serious energy here. It's like I said, I'm not, I don't know, it's kind of weird. I feel like in a lot of ways that you are getting more serious about life. I'm not suggesting I just see you doing things like cutting out bad habits, or, there could be certain habits that you want to change, or, there's like, you're getting more serious about your business, or you're getting more disciplined. Like all those things are popping into my head. And so again, if you are having those ideas, I think that is excellent because this reading is really encouraging you to do that. And you could even be just getting more disciplined in like one area of your life, like, your health, your wealth, your happiness, whatever it is that you want to improve. I really see you getting very serious all of a sudden. I don't really feel like there's anything unexpected coming in for you. I do label these rows, but if I don't feel something, I just say it, and I don't feel like there's anything unexpected other than you could be surprising yourself by getting serious. You have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is a card that says, teamwork makes the dream work, so anything you can do to work with other people would be a great idea. Again, we're entering into this time of co-creation with Pluto and Aquarius. It's retrograding into Capricorn right now, but doesn't matter because it will be moving into, it's already been in Aquarius, it'll be moving into Aquarius, and again, Pluto is generational, so it's a big planet, it's a very small planet, it's not a planet, but it's not a planet anymore, rip Pluto, right? But, again, it's generational. It takes a very long time for it to move through a sign. So, what I would say here is that, anything you could do to co-create with other people is going to be very beneficial. You have the Death card, some sort of transformation. Again, we already talked about this. There's a lot of change going on in your life right now. The sun is coming up between the two pillars that are on the moon card right here. And, it kind of says you're entering into a sun period, which is like a period of light, happiness, joy, good things, basically. So let's see. Now, with the Death card, you have the Lovers. Could be love coming in for you here. No signs stand out to me. Could be another fire sign I'm getting. So, take it how it resonates. It could be any sign, whatever you're into. But I do feel there could be love coming in for you. I also feel that if you are changing, I also feel, if I can spit this out, that you are changing. And it's like, because you are changing, you're attracting a completely different type of love. Like I said, I think I said something about that at the beginning of your reading. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Wands. Yeah, but you're very focused on work here. Again, I keep getting this message of discipline. Seven of Wands is kind of like a card of, having boundaries, or, really, to me, the type of boundary that we draw with the Seven of Wands, we're drawing a line in the sand with the Seven of Wands. It's like a certain type of boundary, if that makes sense, where it's like we don't let people, cross a certain barrier, right? Which is a boundary, but it's like there's something different here. And so I feel like you're drawing a line in the sand. It's like you're making something happen. It could be with yourself. You could be saying, I'm, drawing a line in the sand. I'm not ever going to go back to X, Y, and Z, and I'm going to make this happen. It's like you're really making something happen. It feels good. Whatever it is, it's good. With the Emperor, you have the Ace of Wands. Yes, I feel like you are feeling fired up. I feel like you're feeling very like passionate, very motivated. So again, capture these moments of motivation, is what I would say to you. I always tell people, like, for example, I do every single day, no matter what, I do 4 videos. Some days I do 6, some days I do 8. There have been days where I do like 20. So it's like if I feel extra motivated, I do extra work. It just makes my life a lot easier. And it's made my life a lot easier. Like I use that, I use that technique, if you want to call it that, for my other businesses and other things I do. It's like I have a certain amount, I have a standard that I set that I have to meet every single day, no matter what. And as long as I meet that standard, great. Most days I do the bare minimum, right? I just do exactly what I'm supposed to do. But on days where I'm super motivated and I have the time, I do the extra work. And I always am grateful that I did, because, that's what allows me to go on vacation and take time off and all this other stuff. And so, people are always like say like, oh, you do a lot of work and stuff like that, but really I don't. It's like I've just come up with a system that is like makes me super productive, and I'm not even that productive. So, like I said, like I think that this is saying that you are feeling very motivated. There will be days where you feel motivated. Double down on those days. On the days where you're not feeling motivated, take a rest, take a break, right? At the end here, for the good stuff, you have this Loyal Heart card and this Treasure Island card. So I didn't even see this card, and there definitely could be love coming in for you, someone who's very loyal. The Treasure Island card is a card of as above, so below. So you could be manifesting something really, really great here on Earth with that Treasure Island card, something that makes you very happy. You have the Page of Swords, the 9 of Cups, and the 7 of Cups. I get something about children here. If you have children or something like that, I don't know, I feel like it's good, whatever it is. I feel like something good could be happening for your children, or, this could also be you. Like your life could be improving, which could improve the life of your children. There's something about family popping into my head, so, there you go. I would also say, like, now is a time of research, but also, I keep telling people, like, we are in a time where, yes, I think we need to learn new things, but then we need to put those things into practice. Again, knowledge to wisdom. I mean, if there was an answer to the next 20 years, it would be that wolf spirit, turning knowledge into wisdom. You can learn all day long, but unless you're actually using it, it doesn't mean anything. So, that's what I would say here. The example I like to use is, like, how many people do you know that have gone to school for business that actually have a business? Not very many, right? It's like everybody I know that went to college for business does not have a business, or like a manager somewhere or something like that. Not a criticism. I'm just saying, like, how many people do you know, right? It's like I dropped out of college, right? And I have multiple businesses. My friends who also run businesses, they are all college dropouts, except for like maybe a handful of them that aren't. But it's just interesting to me. It's like you can learn something all day long, but sometimes it's just better to do it, right? And so that's kind of like the energy that I get here, is that I think sometimes we just have to do, and that's it. You have the 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. So there is some sort of wish fulfillment coming in for you here. 9 of Cups is also an energy of bathing in an energy of something that you want before you have it. So again, if you want love, go be in love with something. It could be yourself. If you want money, go be around money. You don't actually have to have the money, but you have to be around it, or you have to work on your, financial blocks or whatever the case may be. I would do that stuff. You have the 7 of Cups here. Again, 7 of Cups exists up here. It's like, he's looking up to those 7 of Cups, and there are like good things and bad things in those cups. I always say that he needs to pick a cup and bring it down to earth. He just needs to make it happen. He's thinking about something that he wants to create, right? But he's thinking about all the good stuff and all the bad stuff instead of just creating it. So, as above, so below. I feel like it's time for you to like take some sort of dream and bring it down to earth, like knowledge into wisdom. You've been thinking about it. Now the wisdom part comes in, and you need to make something a reality. And you have that card that says, don't fear a blank canvas, turn your life into a masterpiece. So that's how you're going to turn your life into a masterpiece. With the Page of Swords, you have the Emperor again. Some of you are clearly attracting like an Emperor type person here. It could be an Aries that you're attracting, take it how it resonates, but, you could be attracting a person who's like a real boss, is kind of what I'm getting. And it definitely could be, I would say this person definitely has fire in their chart for sure. With the 9 of Cups, you have the 2 of Cups. Yeah, perfect match if you're attracting love. If you want love, this looks great. I wouldn't say it's necessarily just a love reading, but I do feel like it's very good. So, go for it. I also feel that there could just be, 2 of Cups is like you and your higher self. So I always say, sometimes I feel like the 2 of Cups can be like our higher self, being like, leading us in our dreams, daydreams, being like, go in this direction. So trust your dreams, trust your daydreams, and like all that other stuff. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Tower. Again, this is showing up in the good stuff. So normally the Tower would be a card of having a Tower moment. I feel like this could just be an aha moment, like, you know, a light bulb moment. There's always that lightning bolt striking the top of the Tower. And so it can just represent, you know, a sudden realization, understanding something, learning something new. So yeah, definitely very good is what I'll say there. We're going to pull 5 main themes now. You have this Fair Man card. It says, dealings with relationships with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. Then you have this Parrot. It says, someone will gossip about all your secrets. Be careful if you have a person that looks like this. I don't know. This person looks like a fake person to me. I don't think anyone that exists actually looks like this person right here. But, you know, what I would say is if you have a person that looks like that, I would definitely be careful. It could be a woman as well. You know, take it how it resonates. But, you know, I would be careful with your secrets. You have this Gavel card. It says, involvement with the law. You know, again, I feel like some of you could be going through, you know, this could be like a separation or divorce that you're dealing with. What is this? Can we get more clarity? You have this Tortoise card, slowly but surely getting ahead. Yeah, so if you're dealing with something legal, it's like slow, but it's getting ahead. You have this Harp card. It says great happiness. We see a lot of happiness in this reading. This happiness is because of personal achievement. Again, not really a love reading. It's like there's love here, but I really feel this reading is talking about you achieving something. And that's what's going to lead to the happiness. You have this Bull. It says, do not back down from opposition, show strength and fortitude. I do feel like you could be feeling competition, but it's like you're overcoming it. And you have this Inkpot. It says, problems to be resolved. Again, I feel like this is more about focusing on the right things. Again, I can't get away from this message in your reading. And sorry, I'm freezing. My brother, he puts on the air conditioning down to like 0 degrees. And I'm always like, and then he leaves when I do videos, and I'm always like freezing my balls off. But whatever. Anyway, sorry. Because people are always like, why are you crossing your arms? I'm like, because I am... like it is like 0 degrees in here. But anyway, where I was going with this is that it's like there's something, it's like you're working hard, but I feel like there could be something better that you could be doing in your life, or just like, but again, you're gonna learn this through experimentation or trying new things. So especially in like work or business, try new things, learn new things. That's where the success is gonna come from. But this looks really good. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.